Okay, it won't fit. What do I do?
Simple. Just hand it over to a pro.
Mm-hmm.
La, 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 la. Et voila.
You know, I think sometimes there's an answer like that to most of the world's problems.
But,
for example, how do you end a war? Simple. Stop shooting.
You're right. Simple's too complicated.
Haven't you ever heard of knocking?
Isn't that something you do in a gin game?
Come in, Mildred.
Oh, thank you so much. These are the last of the drip dries. They're still wet.
Oh, that's all right, Mildred. The commissioner's got plenty to wear for a weekend in Los Angeles. But I think I'll just hang them up and watch them dry. It'll give me something to do while you two are off enjoying Southern California.
What's to enjoy about a police convention?
Only 3,000 good-looking cops.
And
that's all.
copesses.
How much enjoying can you do for 2 whole days?
Lots.
The warden here keeping an eye on you.
Listen, are you sure you don't want me to stay with you?
Mildred, that's okay. You've been looking forward to this train trip for weeks.
Well, what's the difference? So I don't see the family for another 5 years.
Are you trying to make me feel guilty?
Look, I don't have to go. I can...
Will you two stop it? I'm a big girl.
You can say that again.
May I say something amusing?
I wish you'd try.
We have 12 minutes to get to the depot.
Ah.
See you in 2 days. Take care of Bonzo.
I will.
Bonzo?
Well, it was Heathcliff last night. We're improving.
Well, let it be on your head, my dear. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I still don't like it, Commissioner. I think we're asking for trouble. I mean, inviting Tommy Brown to speak at the convention is one thing, but to have him travel there with half the police force, that's something else.
I think he's right.
Well, in the first place, I didn't invite him on board. Mr. Hildeth did. And it is his railroad.
And in the second place?
In the second place, he may have written a damning book about our department, but so far, nothing's been proven.
And in the third place?
And in the third place, Mildred, I wish you'd keep your nose out of police business in the first place.
Don't lose these envelopes. They've got your convention tickets in them. And pin on your name tag. How are we supposed to know who you are?
You're not. I'm undercover.
Of course, I
Pin
talked
it
to
on
you
your
in fact.
undershirt.
Well, did you win?
Of course, I wouldn't be telling you about it.
Well, what did you win?
Half a dozen hot dogs, half a dozen hamburgers,
Yeah.
and a T-bone steak.
Yes, up there we have San Francisco's finest. Unfortunately, give a monkey a gun, he's still a monkey.
But give Tommy Brown a typewriter and watch him make an ass of himself.
Well, now, let's not knock success, my dear. This book happens to be a bestseller.
Are you saying that no one ever went broke underestimating the taste of the American public?
Well, America has the right to know the truth about its mercenaries.
Sergeant Bellins,
That's right.
Sergeant Masters, you share compartment 2 on your left.
Ah, look who we have here. Well, good evening, gentlemen. How's everything? Read any good books lately?
Nobody's written any lately.
Come on. See what I mean about making an ass of yourself?
Tommy Brown.
Hello, Lisa.
Hello, Commissioner. You're in compartment A on your right.
Thank you.
You're in compartment B.
Thank you.
Mcmillan. Thomas Brown.
How do you do?
What?
This is my assistant, Charles Enright.
Charles.
Pleased to meet you.
Thank you.
And,
I'm the commissioner's body slave.
Well, everybody should have one.
I'll get us settled in, Commissioner.
I would like you to meet Nicole. She's my, what exactly are you, my dear?
Aquarius. How do you do, Commissioner?
Nicole. A lovely name.
That's why I chose it.
Oh, I, brought you a copy of my book, Commissioner. I thought maybe you'd like to read it.
I'll see you in the car, sir.
Yeah. Little thin-skinned, wouldn't you say?
A lot of us are. Your book is being widely circulated and quoted.
Well, the character in my book, Joe Hammond, happens to be one of your own men. You know that? And what he told me was all straight stuff.
Yes, but there's no Joe Hammond in my department, so there's no way we can prove it, is there?
It's just a fictitious name.
Fictitious. That's what I think about your book.
I'd like to talk to you about it.
What do you want?
All aboard!
Méfiez-vous de lui quand il est tout hauteur.
Merci, mademoiselle.
What'd she say?
Roughly translated, it means watch yourself in the clinches.
Oh. Oh.
This is really going to be fun.
I've been looking forward to this for so long.
Too.
I haven't been on a train since I was a kid.
Absolutely.
I love them.
Me too. These bunks are really tiny.
Oh, well, we'll get a good night's sleep.
Yeah. How long is this silly train going to take?
12 hours.
May I have your... May I have your attention, please? Everybody sit down. Full house, yeah. First, I'd like to welcome you aboard. You've all earned this trip by your dedication to duty during the past year. And I'm sure this convention in L.A. will prove enlightening as well as enjoyable. Now I'd like to introduce our host, who is gracious enough to offer us this special train, Mr. Aaron Hildeth.
Thanks, man. I'm aware that each one of you has been handpicked for this convention because of your special expertise in the various aspects of law enforcement. And I feel proud to be able to help make this a memorable occasion. Just have a good time. And leave the train in one piece.
We have another gentleman aboard who I would like to introduce. He's the author of a book. I'm sure you've all heard about it. Perhaps some of you have read it. Mr. Tommy Brown. Mr. Brown has been invited to the convention to talk about this book. Maybe answer some questions.
Glad to meet you, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you might care to ask. That is, if you'll all be glad to answer mine. Thank you.
Never met a man I didn't like, till now.
The club car is open. Enjoy yourself.
Good idea.
Sounds good.
No, you know, I don't use
You
vermouth.
make a good one.
Absolutely.
There's no bruising.
What you have to do
After you.
so you can whisper.
Hey, Commissioner. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, the man's a parasite, and he's just actually spitting in everybody's face.
We can take it.
Well, I'm not so sure. One day he's going to say something just a little bit too flippant, somebody's going to deck him.
No, he's a guest of Mr. Hildeth, just like we are. Now, you tell whoever that is that he's to be left alone. And I mean it.
What's the rush?
I'm sorry, Mildred. I had to get out of there. I was getting claustrophobia.
You were? I would have thought that place was too small for that.
Nice evening, huh? Trustee. How do you do? I know it's not Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Nice to see you. Whoops, yeah, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Sorry, well, Commissioner, I must say, your men are very amusing. None of this cocktail party baloney, you know? If they don't like, they don't like. That's terrific. Something I read, I wrote. Well, can you blame them? After all, you practically accused every one of them of being grafters. What did you expect? Long-stemmed roses? Well, at the very least, I would give them to my little innocent there, yes. Would you like a drink, Aaron? No, thanks, man. Nicole? What would you like?
I'll settle for a scotch.
You know, you're going to make me sorry I offered you this ride. Really? Well, then, why did you? Because I thought you might silence your guns a little when you'd met some of these people. Well, it's never been my style. You make it hard for people to like you, don't you? I make it impossible. See, that way, anyone likes me. I know they want something. It works all the time. Here you are, Nicole.
Thank you.
Commissioner?
Hello, gentlemen. Nice to see you. Yeah, you got some nice men there, you know? With cops like those, we don't need crooks. My apologies, Mac. I thought having him aboard might mend some fences. I was wrong.
I think we'll survive.
Mac? Well, touchy, isn't he?
What is it you're after, Mr. Brown? You've managed to alienate almost everyone on this train.
Almost everyone. Must be slipping. The time was I could alienate the whole 8th Army in just 10 minutes.
With air support.
Well, what's the hurry? We got a long trip ahead of us. By the way, I understand we're making an unscheduled stop.
Yes, we're picking up a police official in Madeira.
Huh? Who's that?
Les Walker from Stockton.
Les Walker. Never heard of him.
Don't let that upset you, dear. He never heard of you either. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
You're damn right I am. Let them all crawl for a few minutes.
I didn't notice that anyone was.
Well, that's because you're not tuned in. You see, I am. These are street people like me.
Is that why you turned against them? Because they're like you?
Oh, don't give me that Bryn Mawr psychoanalysis garbage. I don't like them because they're cops. Period. Zero.
Well, you're even up. They don't like you.
Nor anyone else. Cops only dig cops. Everyone else is just a civilian.
I love you, Tommy, but I feel sorry for you. It took you 38 years of your life to find out what you want. You want to be one of the boys, but the boys won't let you.
And what do you want?
When I find out, Tommy, I'll let you know.
And when you find out, it might be too late. By then, Tommy Brown may have moved on to virgin territory.
You wouldn't believe that.
That's because you're too polite. Come on, follow me. Okay, coming through. Watch your backs. Pregnant lady.
Move down here, see what it is. Okay. Oh, sorry, Sam. All right. I want to tell you something. You really can't have a lot of pride in yourself riding on a train with a whole bunch of people that hate your guts. I mean, you really got to want to punish yourself. You know what I mean?
3-cent philosophy from a 2-cent cop. Where does it end?
When someone takes their fists and shove it right down your throat, that's when. Creep. Here.
That's enough.
Come on.
Hey, help me with this, will you?
Sure.
Oh, thanks. If this train was a plane, I'd tell you where to get off.
All right, I was wrong, but he deserved it. And I tell you, Commissioner, one day somebody's going to kill that punk.
Sam, cool it.
I'll cool it, but if it wasn't for the department, I'd let him have it for good.
What are you trying to do? Make every word in his book seem true?
Commissioner, come on. The guy deserves
Sam,
it.
you were wrong, no matter what the provocation. Being a cop's hard enough without Brown accusing us in print of brutality. Now, I want you to stay in here and cool off. Then I want you to go back in there and apologize.
You want me to go and do what?
Apologize. As in, I'm sorry.
Yes, come in. Well, Mr. Law and Order. Go on in, Commissioner. Nicole, give the man a drink.
No, thanks.
Okay, suit yourself. What can I do for you?
Can we talk privately?
Sure. Nicole, why don't you go take a cop away from his wife? You do things like that so well.
Well, at least one of us has some talent.
Well?
I want you to stay away from the rest of the people on board.
Why?
For your own good.
Meaning?
Meaning? I can't be everywhere at the same time. Something might happen.
Nothing's gonna happen. Not with you aboard, anyway. How would it look in the papers?
I don't care about the papers. Just be careful.
Say, would you like to know who Joe Hammond is, the famous made-up cop?
No.
No? You mean you have no interest at all?
You can't tell me what I already know.
Who is it? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Cold. What's the matter?
He's dead.
Enright, come with me. Everybody stay here. Check the rest of the car.
Commissioner?
Fine.
There's nothing down there, sir.
This compartment's sealed off.
Yes, sir.
He is dead.
Yes. Is it worth crying about?
If I don't cry for him, nobody will.
I understand. I'll be back. We have to talk.
I'll be here.
Come in.
Excuse me, Mr. Hildeth. I'm afraid something terrible has happened.
Constantly badgering people to just aggravate.
Tommy Brown was shot to death. One shot. Now, I want to
Were there
know...
any powder?
No.
Any smell of gunpowder?
No.
Then, Commissioner, that places the killer outside of the compartment.
Well, was the body facing the door or the other seat?
The seat. He probably turned around and looked when the killer opened the door. Now,
What happened?
Tommy Brown was shot to death. Now, I want to know exactly where everyone was within the last half hour. Where you were standing, or if you moved, or if you left this car, and why. We'll be stopping in Madera in a short while. I want you to check everybody's story now.
Right away, sir.
And then I want somebody to verify your story.
Mine, sir?
And check everybody's guns. Yes, sir.
Commissioner, I think it's obvious that you suspect one of us is the killer.
Well, if there's nobody on the train but us, Miss Davis, I think that's a natural assumption. Where were you, Aaron?
I never left my stateroom.
Excuse me.
Right?
Hey, Commissioner. Yeah, I knew something like this was going to happen.
Where were you between the time I left you in my stateroom until just now?
Well, I went to apologize like you said, and I came back here to have myself a little drink.
Did you hear anything back there?
Just train noises. What was I supposed to? Hey, wait a minute. What are you getting at?
I'm not getting at anything. I'm just trying to piece this thing together in my mind.
Is there anything I can do, Mac? you want me to have the train stopped, have it rerouted back home?
How long would it take?
8, 10 hours. I'd have to juggle some trains around, get another engine here.
I think we better go on.
Anything you say. I didn't like the man, but I didn't want to see him dead either.
Someone did. Probably somebody in this car. Sam, let me see your gun.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Oh, Commissioner, this is crazy.
So is murder.
Commissioner, let me come with you. I've had 12 years homicide.
No.
Come in.
Feel any better?
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
I opened the door and I found him. That's everything.
Nothing else?
No.
Did you go in? Did you touch him? Did you see anything?
No.
No to what?
No to all of the above.
Can you think of anybody who would really want to kill him?
Are you serious?
A lot of people make threats, but they rarely carry them out.
Like that policeman a few minutes ago. Are you trying to get him off the hook?
Nor am I trying to get him on it. If he did anything, I'll find out about it.
And then forget about it. That's what Tommy's book was all about.
You don't know me very well.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
I know you didn't. It's not your style.
You're very observant.
You're easy to observe.
So are you.
Oh, conductor. How fast is this train going?
60, 70 miles an hour, depends.
Any slowdowns, turns, anything like that?
If you're asking could anyone have jumped, the answer is no. It's suicide heaven out there.
How long before we get to Madeira?
Let's see. About 4.5, 5 minutes.
All right, I want your crew to meet in the dining car and wait there. We want to search this train from front to rear, okay?
It's okay with me. What do we do if we find someone?
What do we do if we don't? I assume no one's left the car?
No one.
We'll be stopping for just a minute. We're picking up Les Walker and his assistant.
Commissioner, don't you want to post some kind of guard so the killer doesn't escape when the train stops?
Not necessarily. The last thing the killer would want is to identify himself by running.
Or herself?
You can be sure of one thing. Him or her. I'm gonna find you. I'm damn sure gonna find you. Sergeant Fisher?
Yes, hello.
Commissioner Mcmillan. Where's Les?
Right here, Mac. You met Sergeant Fisher?
Yes. Sergeant, would you take the bags to the compartment, please?
Yes, sir, thank you. I'll take yours, Les.
Les. Tommy Brown's been murdered. Who? Tommy Brown, the writer.
When?
About a half an hour ago, on this train.
But how?
One shot through the heart.
Who did it?
I don't know.
Well, you have a suspect, don't you?
A whole trainload of us. We've got his body sealed off in a compartment. Would you take a look?
Yes. Pardon me. What are they doing?
Oh, the guy standing up is checking the guns of the guy sitting down.
Why?
Because the guy outside asked the guy standing up to check the guns of the guy sitting down.
But why?
Well, the guy outside who asked the guy standing up to check the guns of the guy sitting down is looking for a guy with a gun with a bullet gone. Get it?
Got it.
Good. I'd like to ask you a question.
Sure.
Who are you?
You know your guy outside?
Yeah.
Well, I'm the new guy inside, sent by your guy outside to check the guy's stand...
Forget it.
He was sitting by that window.
I'm stumped. Everyone aboard this train has an unshakable alibi. Everyone swears he was standing next to someone else who will verify it.
Well, someone's either lying or they're wrong.
There are 27 people aboard this train, 29 including you and Fisher. 5 of them are railroad men who never even heard of a Tommy Brown. The rest are police, with the exception of Hildeth, myself, my housekeeper, and Nicole.
Nicole? Who's Nicole?
Brown's traveling companion. So who's lying?
Mac, you plan to take this train back to San Francisco?
Oh, I thought about it, but it doesn't make any sense. By the time we get clearance back, we'll be in L.A.
Tell you what, you could stay here. I can have some of my men and equipment over here in 20 minutes.
What I don't want is a full-scale assault by the press right now. The killer is somewhere aboard this train. I don't want any more people messing it up.
Yeah, I never thought about that. You're probably right.
We'll certainly notify any family. I said we'll notify any family and the press, too, but we'll do it in L.A.
Except I don't relish the idea of pulling into Los Angeles with one dead body and a trainload of suspects. I mean, it can be a little embarrassing.
Well, that's not going to happen. We're going to pull into L.A. with a murderer under arrests. It's as simple as that. You through?
Yeah.
Commissioner, I have checked everybody's service revolver, and they're all clean.
Thanks. Oh, this is Les Walker, Sergeant Enright. May I have your attention a moment, please? Some of you already know Chief Walker from Stockton. He and Sergeant Fisher are going on with us to L.A. I'm going to ask them to work with Sergeant Enright, Officer Davis, and me. You all right, Les?
Fine.
Now, I'm suspending the rest of you from duty temporarily. Sam?
Yeah.
You want to take over the questioning, Les?
Right.
Sit down.
Sit down. Do I get a last meal, Commissioner?
Are you guilty?
Oh, sometimes. Just basic stupidity, but nothing really serious.
Sam.
Mm-hmm.
I know the whole story.
Oh, terrific. Tell it to me.
I know you're the fictitious Joe Hammond. You gave Tommy Brown all that confidential material he has in his book.
Well, what makes you think so?
No, Sam, don't waste my time. I know it.
Well, suppose I deny it, Commissioner.
I don't care if you swear on a stack of training manuals. I said I know it. That means I know it. Do you think I'd let a whole department get stabbed in the back without at least finding out who held the knife?
All right, look, Commissioner, I did...
What? You sold out some of your best friends, and you haven't got the guts to admit it.
All right, look, Commissioner, I didn't know he was going to write that kind of book. I thought he was going to write something different. I thought he was going to write something good about cops for a change.
How could that be? That man? What kind of a book could you expect him to write?
I didn't expect him to write that kind.
All right. Granted, you were taken for a ride, but look at the position you're in. You've made yourself suspect number one.
Me?
Yes, you. Not only do you have a motive, but you were the only man in this car when he was killed. Everybody else is accounted for.
Commissioner, I did not kill the man.
No, I don't think you did. But after that fight you had with him, you're on the head of the list. And I have to act accordingly.
Meaning what?
Meaning I want your gun.
Am I under arrest, Commissioner?
Not yet.
All right.
Sam.
Yes, sir.
I won't tell this to anyone. No reason you should either.
Okay. Thanks, Commissioner.
Terrific. Tell it to me again.
Police brutality.
Okay, fellas, now let's go through this one more time, okay? All right. Now, you were...
Right here. No.
Oh, okay. Where was I?
You were over there.
You're going crazy. You were over there. I was here.
I got it. He's lying. He's the murderer.
Oh, come on now, fellas. This is for real. Now, you were here. And he was there. Let me ask you another question. Where do you think I was? Back there.
Oh, this is crazy. Look, let me tell you, nobody knows where they were.
You know why?
Sure. They all let their guard down. They stopped being cops and became tourists.
Miss Avery? Chief Walker, Stockton Police. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions.
Go ahead.
Commissioner Mcmillan tells me you're the one that found the body. Is that correct?
Who are you doubting, him or me?
I'm not Okay. What happened when you found the body?
I screamed.
And?
I screamed again.
And then?
And then nothing.
Now, that's not exactly correct, is it?
What are you saying?
I'm saying that I'm not like Mcmillan. That I won't buy a story just because it's neatly packaged and ready to take home. With me, you've got to prove it. And if you haven't noticed, I'm a little more blunt.
What would you like me to prove? That I screamed 3 times instead of twice?
No. I'd like you to prove that you're not harboring information or evidence. That Brown hasn't already cracked you. Told you something important. Important enough to get him killed. I'd like you to prove that you are simply a traveling companion. Just along for the ride. And I'll let you go about your business. You are in business, aren't you?
You're right, you're not Mcmillan.
Okay, now let's go through this one more time, see if we can't get a proper sequence of events, all right?
Sorry, Commissioner, that's the report.
Okay. Anything breaking?
Nothing yet. Did you speak to Nicole?
Just now. I'm afraid I was a bit rough on her. I had a hunch, but it didn't work out.
Hildeth?
Spoke to him, too. But he's clear. There's no way he could have gotten into Brown's compartment without having been seen.
What about,
Off the top? Why, he's not a young man.
Strong man?
Okay, maybe you're right. I'll put him back on the suspect list.
Oh, I think you better check out the train crew. Probably a dead end, but I think it has to be done.
Okay. Do that next.
Now, look, all I am really interested in is where you were between 8 o'clock and 8:15.
Go on, tell him. Kid with a nice face like yours has nothing to hide. Believe me, I know people. Tell him.
I was right here.
Doing what?
Doing what? What could he possibly be doing? Probably writing a letter to his mother, or probably studying to be a doctor. What were you doing? Tell him.
I was reading.
You see, reading, I tell you, our country is in very good hands. What were you reading? Tell him.
This is, well, kind of cheated cards.
Well, what are you sitting there for? Grill him. This is another Billy the Kid.
mask, Commissioner?
I wouldn't know how to tell you. What are you doing here?
I was trying to see if someone could get from one end of the train to the other without going through the club car.
They can. That's just what I was doing.
Yeah, you're kidding.
You see anybody come through here?
No, why?
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. Hey, listen, what are you driving at?
Somebody tried to push me off this train and damn near succeeded.
Oh, come on, Commissioner. That's 2 for 2 tonight. Listen, I don't mind being accused of knocking this chump Tommy Brown out of the box, but this is going just a little bit too far. Listen, I saved your life tonight. Now, that's points for me.
True. Listen, every night I find myself being around the train.
That's all right. You just make sure that everybody on this train is on the same list with me. We're even.
I'm sorry, Sam.
So far, everybody swears that they were next to everybody else, so this car is clean.
Same with the train crew. 0.
All right, everybody, let me have your attention, please. I want everybody to take a seat. The same seat you had when we first boarded the train. When we left San Francisco, every seat in this car was taken. Where's that man?
Hey, wait a minute. Where's the guy with the glasses?
What guy?
There was a man sitting across from me. From Oakland, I think. He was wearing tinted glasses and a mustache.
That's right, Commissioner. I kept trying to talk to the guy, but he kept ignoring me.
What's his name?
I don't remember the name.
Thorne?
I didn't think of looking at his name tag.
Does anybody know his name?
Carl Lohman. Of course, that's who it is. Carl Lohman. He should be here. I checked him on the train.
All right, you saw him get on board. Did anybody see him get off? Anybody? So where is he?
Gee, I always wanted to sleep on a train. Makes me feel like I'm in a Robert Donat movie. With Merle Oberon, C. Aubrey Smith, Ellen Drew, Frank Morgan, S.C. Sakal. Murder on a train. We'll get Hitch to direct it.
Right. We'll get Hitch to direct it.
Listen, is this going to take very long?
It'll take about a couple of minutes.
Oh, great, because I suddenly got a mad urge for some popcorn.
Well, at least we know who we're looking for.
Do we?
Yes, we're looking for Carl Lohman.
I guess so. Wish I had your confidence.
I don't understand how he can still be aboard. We've searched this train from engine to tail light. There's just nobody here.
Well, there's got to be.
What's the big mystery? Somebody boards the train in San Francisco. The train is going too fast for somebody to jump off. We search every inch of the train only to find we can't find somebody. It's basic police work. I don't see why you're so concerned. We'll be stopping in Fresno in a few minutes. I ordered a stop there.
Why are we stopping?
I want to call Oakland.
What is it? What's the matter?
My berth is stuck.
What's that got to do with help, murder, rape?
Well, if I yelled help, my berth is stuck. Would you come running?
Oh, Mildred, you know, one of these days you really are going to be in trouble and nobody's going to come.
Please, Sergeant, no lectures, huh? Just get it down. I'd like to get a little sleep.
It's stuck.
You're kidding.
Really? Didn't the porter come in here earlier and let it down for you?
Well, yeah, but then I went out for a few minutes, and when I came back, the thing had snapped back into the wall.
Well, it's lucky you weren't inside of it.
Would you just, please?
Okay, stand back.
I'm back as far as I can go.
Well, then stand aside.
Hey, you did it!
Oh, boy, did I do it.
Hey, did you hurt your back?
Yeah, it's okay. It's just an injury, an old injury. It'll work itself out in a couple of minutes.
Hey, thanks, Sergeant. You're a love.
Thank you, Mildred. You get a good night's sleep now, okay?
Yeah, right. You too.
Oh, not me. Not in one of those things.
Why not?
Well, you see, Mildred, I'm always afraid that it will itself shut when I'm inside of it and that I'll suffocate.
Go on. A man your size?
True, but if I were as little as you, I wouldn't go near one of those things. Night. Sleep tight.
Yeah, right.
Hello, Akins? Les Walker. Yeah. Fine, thanks. Listen, Phil, I need some information on Carl Lohman. I'm trying to find out if he's on that convention train to Los Angeles tonight. I'll hold on. He says he's there. He spoke to him.
It's not possible.
Well, you want to tell him that? Yeah, Phil. Yeah, fine, thanks. I'll be talking to you. Bye.
So we're not looking for Carl Lohman after all.
Drive anywhere, just go.
What do you want me to do? Drive straight ahead?
Anywhere, just drive.
Commissioner?
What is it?
If this isn't L.A. and there isn't any newsstand here and you don't want anybody to escape, then someone is.
Who are you talking about?
Nicole, I saw her through the window.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I just did.
I hope you don't expect a big tip.
Nice try.
Nice tries finish last. Pay the man. Commissioner.
Got a question.
I'm awfully sleepy.
Why did you run?
I can't stand trains. I'm a claustrophobic.
You're a suspect.
Well, then why don't you arrest me? Or put me under house arrest or do whatever you people do. Meanwhile, I'm going night-night. Please.
Either you're hiding something, or you're a murderess. I'm going to find out which before we get to L.A. Good night. First homicide, Lisa?
Yes, sir.
How would you like to be in homicide?
Well, I'd love to.
Oh, wait a minute, not so fast. It's a pretty ugly business.
Well, Commissioner, have you ever tried giving a traffic ticket to a tired, hot cab driver on a day when his tips have been bad?
I see what you mean. Give it some thought.
Yes. Thanks.
Good night.
Good night.
Who do I call if I hear a prowler?
Call his wife.
Is there something wrong, ma'am?
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but I think you made up the luggage rack.
No, ma'am, that's the berth.
Yeah, well, your berth is going to be the death of me. Listen, tell me, how does one become unencumbered clothes-wise?
One gets undressed before one gets into a berth.
Well, one does one? Uh-huh. Well, it's too late for that now. I'm more on than I am encumbered. Thanks anyway.
That's all right, ma'am.
They sure Claudette Colbert started this way.
Yeah?
I just wanted to say good night, Commissioner.
Say it.
Good night, Commissioner.
Good night, Charlie.
Commissioner?
Yeah?
This case sure is a puzzler, isn't it? I mean, it's really got me worried, sir.
Why?
Well, because I can't get a handle on it, and because whoever is the killer, well, is really clever.
And that worries you?
Up to here.
Have a seat.
Thank you. You see, sir, here we have someone who is so sure of themselves that they actually board a train with 20 policemen on it.
Okay, takes guts.
Yeah, well, he's also leading us around by the nose, sir. And he's making us run in ever-widening circles, to coin a phrase. Which I wish I hadn't.
We'll catch him. There's always something somewhere a killer overlooks.
Such as?
Such as? This, for example.
What is that, sir?
Sergeant Enright. It's a handkerchief.
Oh, I know that. But what is its significance?
Oh. Well, I don't know. A found it in the baggage car. It has a foreign substance on it. I want you to keep it until we can get it to a lab.
Foreign substance?
Yes, it's kind of sticky.
Sticky?
Oh, no, it's just glue.
Oh, okay.
No, don't put it in your pocket. You get it confused with your own handkerchief.
Oh, don't worry about that, sir. I never use one.
Don't you ever blow your nose?
Well, I'm a tissue man, sir.
Oh, well, I use a handkerchief.
Well, I've always used tissues.
I mean, what if you sneeze?
Well, it's very strong, and you just throw it away so that every blow is a new experience.
What do you do with the handkerchiefs you get for Christmas?
I get lots of them, but I always give them away.
You can give me one.
This year, I promise. Good night.
Good night. Hey, Charlie?
Yes, sir?
How long will it be till we get to L.A.?
Oh, about 4 hours.
Good night.
You know, Commissioner, if we're going to catch this killer, we really better hurry.
Get some rest.
Good night.
Good night. Charlie?
Yes, sir?
Don't rest too soundly.
Gotcha.
Good night.
Yes, ma'am?
Listen, I got a question. What if, in the middle of the night I want to get down out of here? What exactly do I do?
Oh, you see this button on the side of your berth? Mark Porter?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you push it and I'll bring you a ladder.
Oh, okay, thanks. Good night.
Good night. You know, that's a simpler solution.
What's that?
You can sleep in a lower berth.
Sleep in the lower berth? Are you kidding? I waited all my life to sleep in an upper berth. I wouldn't be able to sleep if I didn't sleep in the upper berth. Night.
Good night.
So I followed. Did you see who hit you?
No, didn't you see him when he ran out?
No, sir.
Let's go. forget it. Whoever it was is probably in this bunk by now.
Commissioner, this is it. Murder on a train. Leslie Howard, Ann Baxter, Marta Toran. I just heard some shots.
When?
In the next car.
Where?
Just now. Except we won't believe it, Commissioner. Look, I was just looking for something
Mildred,
that
hurry
we've
up.
not heard the shots of it.
What happened?
Someone was in my room.
Now stay with her.
Hello, Mac. I'm just going to bed. So should you.
I was. How long have you been in here?
The last time you saw me till now. Why?
Nobody else in here.
No. Now, would you like to tell me why?
Somebody was just in Nicole's room, and somebody tried to kill me. And somebody has disappeared from this train, and somebody has killed Tommy Brown. Other than that, I guess I'm just a naturally curious person.
Ask a silly question.
You get a police commissioner for an answer. Sorry if I disturbed you.
No, Albeck. You do your job the best way you can. And if I act like a railroad president at times, please try and forgive me. I'm really a section hand at heart.
I like section hands. I always wanted to be one as a kid. Just before fireman and just after doorman. All right, changing of the guard. Enright, stay loose. I may need you later on. Good night again, Mildred.
Oh, but Commissioner, this is it. Murder on a train. I've waited for this all my life.
Then you can wait a few more minutes.
If I was Patsy Kelly, you wouldn't treat me like that.
I'll be in my room, sir. Right. What happened?
I woke up and I saw someone going through my things.
Can you describe him?
No, it was too dark.
I assumed he was shooting at you. It was you who fired those shots, wasn't it? Wasn't it? And I suppose you don't have a gun. A small one, judging by this.
That's right. And if you want to search, you'll need a warrant. Otherwise, I'd like to go back to sleep.
And I suppose you have no idea what he was after when he came into your room.
No idea.
Play footsie with me now. It's getting late and I'm tired.
I can be getting tired, too.
You can also be getting dead. Now stop being little Miss Courageous and tell me what you know.
I don't know anything.
I'll have somebody watch your door. Come in. Anything at all, sir? You think that Nicole knows something that we should know? Of course she knows. She wouldn't tell me. What worries me is someone else is going to try to find out again. You think that she's a target? Oh, of course she's a target. I don't want to take any chances. I want to with the murder on her hands. I want you to watch her door. Yes, sir.
Les?
Oh, Mac. Mac, I've been going through this so-called book. They really raked your department over the coals, didn't they?
They?
Brown and this Joe Hammond.
Yeah. They really did a number on us.
Do you have any idea who Joe Hammond is?
Do you?
Better than an idea. I know who he is.
Who?
You remember that fella you sent over to us last summer? Who helped me out in that hijacking case?
Oh, yeah, Sam Dugan.
That's Joe Hammond.
What makes you so sure?
Well, I know one man's style from another after all these years on the job. Look at this, right here. The cases, the methods, even the expressions. That's got to be him.
You really are a good detective.
Meaning I'm right?
I don't think he killed Brown. Sam's too good a cop.
Well, I admire your loyalty.
But not my brain.
Mac, look. Supposing this Sam is smarter than you think he is. Supposing he purposely provoked that fight with Brown just to throw you off.
You're forgetting the now infamous phony Carl Lohman. And somebody just now tried to break in Nicole's room not more than 10 minutes ago.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Well, that's okay. Thanks.
She missed. Took 2 shots at her. I'm going to have another talk with Nicole. Oh, come along with me, will you?
Yes, I will.
Why don't you take a rest, Charlie? We'll take over.
I'm fine, sir, honest.
I know, but if you get tired and I get tired, the killer doesn't, we're in trouble.
True.
She's gone.
That's impossible, sir. I never took my eyes off the door.
You must have. Search this train, damn it. I want her found. Find her?
No, sir.
It's impossible.
I must be tired, sir. I mean, I know that this thing couldn't have happened, but it did.
Tired? It's nearly dawn. We're due in L.A. in a couple of hours. Let's get freshened up. I'll meet you in a little while. Excuse me. Put me. Hello, Nicole.
Close the door.
Figured you'd be in here. How did you get past Enright?
I didn't. I left when you went to get him to guard me.
And so you came in here.
He was guarding an empty room.
You'll be thrilled. What's that?
This? A-flat, 6mm, made in Spain. It's not for you. It's for small boys.
That's not the gun that killed Tommy.
Is that a question?
No, you didn't kill him. You're here because you're frightened someone will come after you again for the papers.
What papers?
The ones I guessed at. You just proved.
Are you smart or am I stupid?
Both.
Well, at least you had the grace not to smile when you said it.
What were you after in Tommy's room after he was killed?
My insurance policy.
I hope it's not long term. Someone came after you once to get those papers. They're going to try it again.
If you're trying to scare me, you're succeeding.
Of course I am. I want to scare you so much you'll stop being so stupid and see I'm your only chance of getting off this train alive. Now, do you want to tell me where those papers are? Or shall we just forget the whole thing and you can go back to your apartment and you'll be on your own?
You wouldn't.
Don't bet on it.
It's notes from Tommy's new book. Only this time he has positive proof that some very big police were doing some very bad things. It's in code, you understand it?
Enough. This will put someone in jail for a long time. All we have to do is identify this Mr. Six. Do you know who that is?
No.
Mr. Six. Six what? Six letters, 6 districts.
Commissioner! Rise and shine! Rise and...
Well, I better get dressed or you'll be scandalized.
I'll keep these papers. You better give me your A-flock. Oh.
What's wrong?
Huh?
What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm sorry. I'll see you at breakfast. Conductor, ask the engineer to stop the train for a few minutes, will you please?
Well, we're just coming to the platform.
I know. Please do as I ask. And ask Mr. Hildeth to join us in the dining car.
Yes, sir.
I wonder where she spent the night.
Oh, hi, Commissioner. Would you like 2 3-minute eggs or 3 2-minute eggs?
3 2-minute eggs.
Scrambled.
Matt, can I see you?
Sure.
It looks like we're going to be in a couple of minutes. I guess we blew it, huh?
Looks like it.
Look, I've been trying to figure out who has a jurisdiction on this. As far as I can tell, if he was killed while the train was still in San Joaquin County, then I have it.
I never thought of that. Looks like you'll have to take over the investigation.
Oh, but wait a minute. You take it. This one's going to be pretty ugly. I wonder why we're stopping here. We're not quite at the platform.
Because I asked them to.
Somebody else doesn't understand.
Morning, Mac.
Morning.
The conductor said you wanted to see me.
I do.
You're not going to tell me you have it solved, are you?
I am. Everybody, I have something to say that might prove interesting. Tommy Brown was getting ready to write another book. This one even more messy than the first one. Messy, but truthful. He had some very damaging evidence against a police official somewhere in this state. The evidence was in Tommy Brown's notes. Tommy Brown was killed because of those notes. These notes. Nicole knew about these notes, so that after Brown was killed, she took them. Why? Was she planning on saving them for the police department? Or was she planning on blackmailing this police official. Whatever she intended doesn't matter because she gave them to me just a little while ago. Is everybody with me so far? Tommy Brown's dead, and the killer still doesn't have the notes. Nicole does. So he goes after Nicole.
Mac, do you think the killer is still aboard this train?
I don't think so. I know so.
But how? You searched, and I searched.
What were you searching for?
For a killer. For someone in hiding.
That was our mistake. We were looking for somebody who wasn't there.
Commissioner, now I'm confused. Do you mean that the person we were looking for wasn't there?
That's correct.
Well, then where?
Someplace else.
I have a dumb question. If he wasn't there then, where is he now?
Right here, in this car with us. He looks different now because after he killed Brown, he slipped into the baggage car, took off his mustache and tinted glasses, jumped off the train when we stopped at Madeira. Remember that handkerchief I gave you?
Yes, sir.
That was spirit gum on it. The lab will verify.
Mac, wouldn't you have noticed somebody trying to escape from the train?
He didn't jump off the train to try to escape. He came back on as somebody else.
Who?
You.
Well, that's some hell of a story.
I wouldn't tell it, Les, if it weren't true.
Well, now, you'd better be able to prove that. Because if you can't, I'm going to see your hide hanging from City Hall.
Right. Show me your convention ticket.
Right here, Mac.
Where'd you get it? That was given out in San Francisco. How could you have it if you didn't get on there?
I got it in Madeira.
That's not true. I still have your ticket.
You posed as Carl Lohman. You stayed in the background, saying nothing, doing nothing that anyone could remember, except kill Tommy Brown. You're Mr. Six, the man Brown found out about. You're the big police official who's been corrupt for years. Am I right, Les?
You're crazy. Did you hear what he's saying? All right, everybody freeze. Don't move.
What are you going to do, Les? Kill 20 of us with 6 shots?
No. But if anybody tries to stop me, I'm going to get 6 of you. You want to be number 1?
Turn around. I think somebody should call the cops.
Hi, everybody. Welcome home. Hi.
Hiya.
Hi. Hiya. This is the reception I get after being separated from my loved ones for 2 long and lonely days. Hi. I get a warmer reception than that from my dry cleaner.
Hey, he gets to sleep at night.
Didn't you get to sleep at all?
Are you kidding? Haven't you heard the news?
Yes, I've heard the news. It's been all over the television, the newspapers. Mac, you're a regular hero.
He's a hero. What about yours truly? Who, with a little help from her friends, was instrumental in catching the killer?
Oh, gee, that's not what you told me on the phone yesterday, Mac.
Oh, really?
Mildred, you were dispensable.
Of course I was. Then back at the hotel, with all those partiers running around, who could get any sleep?
Did you get a chance to see your family?
Well, funny thing. You know, I was going to surprise them. They were out of town. A neighbor said they were up here in San Francisco.
Oh, Mildred, that's a shame.
Yeah, well, c'est la vie. Wake me next Tuesday.
Gee, it's too bad you didn't have any fun.
Fun? How could I not have fun with Mildred around? How are you?
I'm fine. Doctor says I'm right on schedule.
Oh, good.
Come on, I think we better take a nap. You must be exhausted.
Oh, no, I've had 10 hours sleep.
Oh, well, I'm kind of tired. I stayed up late last night watching The Late Show.
Oh, yeah? What'd you see?
I saw Murder on a Train with C. Aubrey Smith and Earl O'Brien.